Cops, criminals, commandos. Cops, they serve and protect. Criminals, try to earn their respect. Commandos, strike when opposition is a threat to our seas. Govern the country against foreign enemies. First episode was the cop and the criminal. Now we got commandos like 5-star generals. Come to share their war stories from the streets to the pen, all the way to overseas. Band of brothers on 3 separate paths. Bring them all together, now we got a podcast.
All right, back in your life, episode number 20. Episode number 20. Hope everybody's good. We had a good break this week. Had to take a week off. Had some stuff going on. So, hold on a second. What do you want? Hey.
Mute.
What do you want?
2 bags of cheese or 1 bag?
Yeah, everything. Everything there. Two of everything. Okay. Fuck it, I'm not editing that out. Seriously came and interrupted the podcast for 2 bags of cheese.
What do you want for dinner?
I said everything.
How much?
Good grief. I'm trying to be professional here. Mom! Give me the fucking meatloaf! Yeah. So, yeah, we had some stuff happen last week. So it was the first week in 20 episodes that we actually had to take off. We had some stuff happen. So as you can see, Steele's not here. So, and he's no longer going to be a part of the show from now on. So we're excited about the future of the show still. Actually, we're going to be looking for a new co-host. We have some prospects for the co-host, but we are still opening up applications for it, and then we're going to be talking to people about it. We're in talks with a couple right now, but we still want to talk to more people. What we're really looking for is a former criminal that got your shit together. That's what we're looking for. And what we're really looking for, even more so, is a female that was a former criminal that got her shit together. And it's got to be all the way back together, because I can't have you come into the studio and it not be together. You know what I'm saying? So, girl, you better have your shit together. So,
I think it'd be badass, though, to have a girl give a perspective.
I think
female
so.
Perspective.
A former cop and then a former criminal who's a female. I think it'd be badass, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
And, you know, producer Steven's here. He's going to be here every week. And even if he's not, I'm going to have to go get him and make sure he's here. So,
I'm with you guys to the end.
yeah. So we're excited about the future of the show. We've hit some road bumps, but we're gonna keep going, buddy. I didn't spend all my time and energy to just stop this thing, so we had to take a week off just to get things situated with the new way the show's going. So, but we're gonna bring it to you, and we're gonna bring it to you hard, and we're gonna bring it to you fast. Do you hear me?
Real hard.
Yeah, real hard, dude.
We are not sponsored by Snapple.
No. But we can be. Have you had the new Mango Madness by Snapple?
Snapple, hit us up.
Yeah. So, and if you don't stick with us, then I'm going to kick you with one of these. You know what I mean? So, for you audio only guys, I kick my leg up, way up past my head. So, like
way up there, like to the ceiling.
Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. So.
Steven Segal?
Oh, fuck that guy. I was in the police academy, and we had this firearms and defensive tactics instructor named Vince O'Neill, I think, or it was something O'Neill, right?
Right.
And he was kind of like this badass guy, and he always had like the deep voice, and he would always like, if you said something, he'd be like, "Don't talk to me like that, boy." He was like this,
like real calm, but like
yeah. Like this Clint Eastwood type guy, you know. And one time we talked about Steven Segal. We said, "Hey, what about Steven Segal?" And he stopped. He was walking away as he was talking, and he stopped in his tracks and paused for a second, and then he turned around and he goes, "Fuck Steven Segal," and then and then kept walking off. It was like, okay, but then you kind of grow up, and you notice what Steven Seagal's doing. He's an Aikido master.
Yeah.
Do you know what Aikido is?
I mean, I know it's a martial art, but I don't really know
It's the
anything.
most bullshit martial art on planet Earth. Maybe not on planet Earth now, because people are coming out with some pretty ridiculous shit now.
Right.
But, like, it's close. It's up there.
I mean, I'm for sure not I've never been a Steven Seagal fan. I've never liked his movies, even when I was a kid. But you got to respect that he's made a career out of it.
Yeah.
I
And he
mean-
was like a legit cop.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's still commissioned, right?
I don't know, but he was a legit cop.
Pretty sure he's still commissioned.
But I don't know. Aikido's bullshit, though. I know that. Like, I watched this MMA fighter fight this Aikido master in a ring.
Yeah.
I'll try to pull up the video and show you later. But, like, this Aikido master went up against an MMA fighter, right? And this guy's an amateur mixed martial arts fighter. And this guy's an Aikido master,
Like multiple degree.
14-degree black belt. And he gets in a cage, and it was literally, they had to stop it because this MMA guy was beating the fucking shit out of this guy.
Man, who is your favorite UFC fighter? Not the best. Who you think the best is? Who's your favorite?
Like right now? Like right now or of all time?
Both.
Oh, shit, man. Dustin Poirier, man.
God, I love him. He's great.
Dustin Poirier is my favorite UFC fighter ever.
Ever.
Yeah, I think
ever.
so. Because he's just so cool. And like in the beginning, like way back in the day when I first started watching him, he kind of put off this thuggy vibe. And it's kind of, but like you find out that he's not.
Right.
You know, and then he's kind of like this laid back, chill, like his story with his wife. Have you heard his story with his wife?
No, I don't really know anything about him.
So his wife, they graduated high school together. They got married like right out of high school, or maybe like in high school still. They were young. That like those two are all each other know, right?
Right.
Well, when he was like fighting in Louisiana and stuff, she would like take him to the fights and drop him off, and then she'd have to drive back 2 hours to go to work, and then come back to pick him up after his fights. And he would always be like, I promise you I'm going to be champion someday. I'm going to make it worth it, you know? And she stuck with him the whole time, and he worked his way up the ranks, man.
That's badass.
I remember the first fight where I fell in love with him was his first fight with Max Holloway. And I loved both of those guys.
Right.
I mean, I still do, obviously. And then I watched him. He did this, like, he had him in a triangle choke with his legs, you know?
Yeah.
And he spun him around and mounted him while he was still in the triangle.
Oh, so the guy was on his back? And
yeah,
he was on
and
top of him?
it was Max Holloway. And then he got him in an arm bar. He made him tap from an arm bar while he was mounted on top in a triangle with an arm bar.
You can't get out of that.
It was the weirdest thing ever. I'll show you. I don't think I've seen anybody else do it.
I've seen it before, but man,
Really?
you can't get out of that.
No.
If you're in a triangle on the bottom, like
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was weird. But then I felt that was a good fight, though. They were. I want to see Dustin Poirier fight Conor McGregor again.
man, that'd be a great fight.
I think Dustin Poirier fucks Conor right in his butt.
I don't. You think Conor's into it anymore?
Yeah, dude. Look what he just did to Cowboy, man. Cowboy's no chump.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not.
And Conor's
he's
a
good.
little guy. Like he's not a big guy. Like he fucked Cowboy up quick.
Do you think Cowboys at the end though?
No. Yeah. I thought you were going to ask me if Cowboy's into it.
No, I think he's at the end. That's what, I just don't know if Conor is into it like he was 3-4 years ago.
Well, I mean, he's got a couple $100 million in the bank. So.
Right. It's hard to be into something when you're. I mean, it's hard to like to get hit in the face when you are set for life.
Yeah. No. I think there are fights that would get him out of bed. Like if you stick him in a cage with Jorge Masvidal, and people like, if you tell Conor that, hey, you can't beat that guy, he'll get out of bed for it.
That's must see, man. I would pay all day to watch that fight.
But see, here's the thing. I always, every time you tell me a match with Conor McGregor, I doubt him. And it's the same thing I've always done, and he always wins.
Always. You and I watched the Khabib McGregor fight together.
Yeah.
I think I was the only one there that picked Khabib to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you and I had another buddy there. And we were at a place that had a bunch of other people there.
That fucking guy.
That fucking
Dylan. We went to Buffalo Wild Wings with Dylan, and this fight broke out. And of course, this guy has a wife beater on underneath it. We're no longer friends with this guy.
We are no longer friends.
We're not friends with people that wear wife beaters.
We're not friends with people that beat wives.
And he's just flexing in the corner. Yeah. Don't beat up on your wives. And yeah. That's what's funny is like he wore this wife beater, but then he actually beat his wife.
Actually
Like,
beat
yeah.
his, yeah.
Yeah,
It was not good.
Yeah, we're not going to be friends with you if you beat people. Actually,
Not into that.
no.
But that night, so we were in the bar section watching the fight.
Uh-huh.
The fight broke out in like the main dining area, and somebody came in and said, "Oh man, there's kids in there," and like they're kind of in the middle of it. I'm a big dude.
Yeah,
Dylan's way more muscled than I am.
you're taller than him though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
How
I'm
tall
taller.
are you?
Like 6'4".
And I'm 6'1", right?
Yeah.
How tall am I for real? Like 5'8"?
You're like 5'8", yeah.
Yeah,
Something around
fuck
there.
yeah. I got a
What?
big penis though.
But Dylan's
I don't. I'm
a
kidding.
roided out dude, so fight breaks out, kids in the middle of it. I'm the one that runs in there first, and then he's kind of just behind me.
Yeah. I never understood that, why people feel the need to jump into someone else's fight, even when they're drunk.
My thing was
The
kids, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't get.
But I went in there and there really wasn't any kids, so I stayed out of it.
I
But-
was never a fighter, even when I was drunk, except for one time, dude. It was funny. I was at a bar in Altus, Oklahoma. I was in a bar and I was walking out, right? They kicked us out. It was like the 2:00 time frame or whatever, where they
Right.
kick you out of the bar. And I was walking out, and I was married at the time, but there's this really hot chick I was walking out with. But like I wasn't talking to her or anything. I wasn't associated with her. We were just walking out. Everybody was filing out of the bar, you know?
right.
And this like super hot chick was walking like right beside me, and she was crying. And I was like, "Why are you crying?"
What up, girl?
I was like, "Why are you crying?" And she was like, "Those guys said I was ugly, and they said mean things to me." And I said, "What guys?" And she pointed to these two dudes with these biker vests on, and they were full bikers set up on.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fuck those pieces of shit." And she's like, "What?" I'm like, "Fuck them." And they turned around, and I was like, "Fuck you and fuck you." Well, they were banditos.
Oh, so they weren't just like a club.
No, they were the second largest biker gang in the world.
Right.
And so I was like, fuck you, fuck you. And then I had my buddy and my wife with me. But we lived in Altus at the time.
God.
So next thing you know, those guys are surrounding me. They were calm, cool, and collective. I was like, "Come on, motherfuckers." I was like wanting to fight them, right? I was like, "Come on, motherfuckers." And they were like slow, like smoking cigarettes, like circling me, you know, calm, cool. They were fixing to just gut my fucking ass, right? And next thing you know, I'm watching the pavement bounce, and I'm on my buddy's shoulder, and he throws me in his van, and he starts driving around. And we drove around Altus for like 2 hours because he was like, "Do you have," and I'm like, "Why are you driving around? Let's go home." And he's like, "You get that? We can't, right? You just fucking fucked with banditos, man."
You do not
He
want
goes,
them to know
"They
where you
will
live.
blow up your house, man. They'll blow up your whole. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about your family.
Right.
They're gonna blow up your house." And I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, go ahead and drive around.
And then the next day, I was like, "You fucking idiot." I don't think I've ever talked shit to anybody ever since then. Have I? I mean, you've been with me a lot. Have I ever talked shit? I don't think I have.
Did you ever stand? Something happen with you and Dylan? You kind of were like, "Hey, don't fuck with me like that."
Well, yeah, Dylan, he was a big old motherfucker too. And I'm a little guy, but I talk shit to him. I talk shit to him all the time. No, I was mad at him because he didn't stand up. This guy was lying on me, and he didn't stand up for me. So I told him to fucking, if he was really my friend, then he needed to fucking stand up for me. Right?
Didn't he say something to you? And you were like, "Man, if I would say that, you would bounce my head off the wall."
Yeah, he called me a little bitch, and I
Yeah.
said, "You bounce my fucking face off the desk if I ever called you that." I said, "Don't ever call me a fucking bitch again." He's like, "Sorry."
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have too. I would have bounced his fat ass head off the fucking desk too. Yeah. So what was that thing you were telling me about earlier, that cop thing that happened? Tell me that story again, because I wanted to talk about it. I stopped you because I wanted to talk about it on here. What are you talking about?
Okay, so last month, at the end of last month, there was a situation in San Antonio, Texas, where a cop. So he had his body cam on. So I'm watching the actual footage from the cam from the cop. So he goes up to this woman and he's taking.
Oh, you watched the video?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're watching the body cam video. This
Right.
cop goes up to a woman, right?
Yeah, goes up to a woman in an apartment complex, and he's taken a report that she was assaulted by what they thought at the time was going to be an ex-boyfriend. I think that's what it was, but that's what the report was. So she gives him a description. He was wearing a green shirt, black shorts, had facial hair, medium build, and he ran off. So there was a cop that stayed there with her, and then they went out in the surrounding areas trying to find this guy. Find a guy that black male, medium build, light green shirt, white shorts, but had a black stripe, facial hair, almost to a T of what the description was. Stop him, and hey man, what's your name? He's like, all I'm doing is jogging. I'm exercising. Leave me alone. He's like, man, we had a report of a woman got assaulted. We just want to know. Just tell me your name and you can go.
Yeah.
He didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it at all. He said, that's fine. We're going to detain you. You match our description.
Yeah,
and,
of course.
So they detain him. Long story short, they were trying to get these people, this woman and this man in the same place so she could identify him. Couldn't happen. And they were going to try to put him in the car to take him to her, and then he ends up kicking the officer. I don't know. I don't think it was really on purpose, but regardless of whether it was on purpose or not, he kicked an officer in the face.
How do you kick a cop in the face on accident?
Well, I mean, so he was facing the vehicle, and they were pushing him from behind, pushing him into the car.
But he was fighting, right?
Right, yeah, for sure
Okay,
resisting. 100% resisting.
Sorry, buddy.
Yeah. And
here's the deal. Let me stop you, dude.
Yeah.
Because here's the deal,
I
right?
know I kind of rambled on that, but
When I was a cop, especially in the second larger agency I worked for,
right.
you were like, if you didn't detain that guy fucking quick, you were gonna get your ass chewed for being a puss.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, first of all, if that's your guy, right? What was he being reported for again?
Assaulting his girlfriend.
Yeah. So domestic assault and battery, right?
Right.
And so this guy's a danger, right? Could be a danger, right?
And I didn't put this in there. He had a warrant for a burglary already.
You can't say burglar.
Burglary?
Yeah. You had a tough time with that, didn't
Yeah, it's a little tongue twister for me.
you? Burglary. He said, "Hey, I have a warrant for burglary."
Yeah.
Hey, dude, I love burglary.
So
anyway,
has a report, has a warrant for stealing shit anyway.
right?
And so
Well, here's the deal. And times have changed, right? Because back then, if you were acting like that,
how long ago was that
You're
for
probably,
you?
oh fuck, man, 10 years ago,
right.
You know what I mean?
So different times.
So times have changed. Like back then, if somebody would have been acting like that, that's probably your guy. But oh shit, that stunk. Ew, get that off my mic, man. What the hell? But anyway, so if that guy was acting like that, that's probably your guy you're looking for, right?
You would think so.
Well,
why else would he not?
Well,
want to
back then, that's what it was. Yeah. There's no other way. Nobody's gonna talk shit. Be like, especially if you go up and be like, "Hey, man, you're matching the description. Let me see your hands." Like, also at the same time, like I'm not gonna try to talk that guy into handcuffs. As I'm telling him what I'm doing, I'm going to be grabbing his arm and being like, "Hey, man, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be gentle, and I'm not gonna be forceful at all." As long as you continue doing what I'm telling you to do, right?
Right, and they did that too, right? They not from like the very, very beginning.
I would in the very beginning.
But as soon as he did not identify himself, they went straight to him, grabbed him. We're gonna detain you.
I would have grabbed him right then.
Right.
I mean, as soon as I approached him, I wouldn't even tell him what we were there for. But I would, as I'm grabbing him, I'd have been like,
just
"Hey,
have some
man."
risk control, right?
Yeah, I would have been like, "Hey, man, just let you know." And if he would have tensed up at all, I would have been planting his ass on the ground, man, because. First of all, I'm going home at the end of the day, and then I've also got a duty to protect everybody else. And you've got a duty, too, that like you're being detained now for a reason, right?
Right.
You have a duty to listen to these cops. Hey, listen, guys, if all y'all want to be assholes and act like this, you're going to get fucked up. And then now this guy's got a bunch of charges, man.
Yeah. So ended up not being the right guy. It took them an hour. So this is where I think the cops probably messed up. I think they could have thought about this plan a little earlier. Took them about an hour to figure out, hey, we can just take a picture of this guy, send it to our buddy that's with the girl, and find out if this is him.
Yeah.
Took him an hour to figure out to do that. And so ended up doing it. Not the guy, but now he has assault on a police officer charge. So.
Oh, they did charge him with it?
Yeah.
They didn't. They
I
took him
don't.
in.
I don't know what's happened since then.
Yeah.
But I know originally it was they charged him.
If I'm the cop and he kicks me in the face, even though he's not the guy, and then the DA lets them go, I'm quitting.
Yeah.
I'm not being a cop anymore because,
You have to have support, man.
man, especially if they're not supporting these people anymore. These cops have it so tough, dude.
Yeah.
These cops have it so tough, man. I would never want to be a cop. Like, I'm 35 as fuck now, and I don't want to do that again. I'll tell you that because I spent enough time, and it was hard enough whenever I did it. And now, it's just got to be impossible, bro.
It's hard, man.
It's got to be impossible, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
And I tried, so I try to look at things from both sides, right?
There's not two sides in this one.
I know. I get that. It kind of sucks for the guy, right? Because he was innocent. Like, in the beginning, he was just exercising, jogging. They don't know that. I'm not saying the cops know. They don't know that. But the guy's innocent, and he's just trying to go about his day.
Mm-hmm.
Things turn bad. I'm not trying to justify what he did. He should be charged.
Well, if
right?
you're going to match the description of a burglary suspect, no, you didn't do anything wrong. But the only thing that's going to happen if you just chill the fuck out and not act like an 11-year-old is you're going to get a pair of handcuffs on you for a little bit. You're probably going to get put in the back of the cop car. You tell the cops your name, and in about 10 minutes, if that, they're going to say, hey, man, forgive me. You're not the guy. We're just doing our job. Because guess what, dude? Let me ask you this question. All you people out there listening that think you're fucking sly and want to talk shit to the cops. What if the cops detaining someone that's going to kill your fucking family or your daughter or that hit your fucking daughter, man?
Right.
Do you want them to detain everyone that matches the description so they'll get that guy?
I would think so.
Yeah, you would fucking think so, man. Or do you want to live in this Wild West fucking territory where this guy's going to be fighting him? So now you're tying up multiple cops for way longer than what you should be doing when they should be finding the real guy because you want to be a cocksucker.
Yeah, they spent... So this body cam video was an hour and 44 minutes long. They spent an hour and 44 minutes where they could have been actually trying to find the correct person.
Good grief, an hour and 44 minutes?
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. At the end of the day, this is not the cops' fault. That they're just doing their job, man. You know how many times that happened to me, dude?
You have to. I mean, they almost to the T match the description.
Yeah.
You have to stop that guy. You have to question.
Have to.
This person just beat a woman. You want I'm not saying this person in particular, but you're looking for a person that just beat a woman.
Yeah.
Do you want that person out there, or do you want to stop everybody that matches the description?
Yeah, or even close, man. I would stop somebody even close, man. I don't care. Because I'll tell you this, man. People that are hopped up aren't going to give you the right description right off the bat because they're so...
The adrenaline's going. Yeah. Yep.
No, so you're going to stop people that's even close. Because you mentioned that the description was a little off, right?
Right.
Well, it could be. It could be. It almost always is. Nobody's going to be like, he was wearing this perfect like, nobody's going to get it perfect every time, so.
Yep.
But anyway, all right, we're going to cut the episode a little short this week. But like I said, for all of you that stuck with us, we love you. Thank you. Hang with us. We're going to provide you a good show. And it's only going to get better from here. We're not stopping. We're going to keep going. Steven, your feet are weird, dude. You look like you have little kids' feet on a big guy's body.
I wear size 14s.
But it looks weird. They look like they're more wide than anything.
Appreciate that, man.
Okay. Anyway, sorry for making.
Hey, what's your email so people can email you?
Yeah, that's what I was fixing to say. So, if you want to be a co-host on this show, we are taking applications, and then we will talk. So the one requirement is, and if you're not a former criminal, you think you'd be a good co-host on the show, doesn't hurt to email us. We'll talk to you, But znation111@gmail.com, znation111@gmail.com. That's ZEE, the numbers 111.
You messed that up.
No, I did. Okay. ZEE nation, the numbers 111@gmail.com. And the only requirement is you have to be in studio. We want our co-host to be in studio. So we need you to be able to be bubbly, talk, preferably a female that's a former criminal that maybe had struggled with addiction that now wants to be a co-host. And I'm telling you, we're going places. So hang with us. We love you guys for hanging in there. So
We want somebody that believes in this.
yeah, we want somebody that believes in the product we're trying to do. So, and also we got a badass guest coming in next week.
It's gonna be so awesome, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as a surprise.
Right.
So I'm sure a lot of you will know who he is because he has 250,000 followers on social media. So, anyways, thank you guys for coming. We're gonna go watch the fights. I hope you're watching them too because we may talk about them next week.
Not May. We will.
So we will. So, all right, love you guys, and we are 10-7 till next week.
Cops, criminals, commandos. Cops, they serve and protect. Criminals, try to earn their respect. Commandos, strike when opposition is a threat to our seas. Govern the country against foreign enemies. First episode was the cop and the criminal. Now we got commandos like 5-star generals. Come to share their war stories from the streets to the pen, all the way to overseas. Band of brothers on 3 separate paths. Bring them all together, now we got a podcast.